gentlemen, I have to tell you something. We thought we were in Kansas, but we're not in Kansas anymore. Toto. We are in Missouri, and we are actually in this cool little conference room surrounded by bottles of whiskey and vodka and gin, and we are sitting with Andy Rieger, who is owner, founder. How do you want to classify yourself, Andy, of Rieger Whiskey and Company? Am I saying that right?
I'm just the guy that uses Excel. That's all I really am. That's it.
Let's not downplay it, because you were a finalist in Ernst & Young's Entrepreneur of the Year award. Even though you like to downplay it, you were recently a finalist, which is really cool, and you're a hard worker, and you're really passionate about this distillery and this company.
Well, it's been a fun ride so far, and it's nothing that we want to stop anytime soon, that's for sure.
So tell everybody what these bottles are, just briefly in front of us.
So the first one is our Kansas City style whiskey, which is something that we really brought back from the dead. It's a blend of corn whiskey with rye whiskey, along with a 15-year-old sherry wine, which comes directly from Spain. And so in bringing back this old style that was common back in the 1880s, 1890s, it really fits to the time that our brand, J. Rieger Co. was founded. The second one is our Midwestern Premium Vodka. It is actually a blend of corn, wheat, and potato. And so from there, most vodkas are just corn or just wheat or just potato, and we sort of changed the entire model of what vodka can be, should be, and how people can enjoy it even as something by itself or just on the rocks. And the third is our Midwestern Dry Gin, which is a traditional London dry style gin. It's made with 5 botanicals with wheat as the base. And actually, the gentleman who runs our gin program is the former master distiller of Tanqueray. So for all you gin fans out there, if you enjoy Tanqueray or Tanqueray number 10, he is the gentleman who has been behind those for the last 25 years. And so this is definitely something that should be right up your alley. It's made right here in Kansas City, and it's something that we're extremely proud of, and we get more and more publicity on every single day.
And we're going to do a little taste test here today, right?
Well, you are, I think. I think you're the one that's been asking for it for a long time, so
well,
you're definitely going to get some taste testing.
And who's sitting next to me here? Cassie's all got her bib on, fork and knife in each hand, and Chelsea's going to take a taste too, so we're all going to just, I mean, this is exciting for us. We don't every day get to hang out with people who create with such artistry, whiskey, vodka, those types of things.
Well, should we smoke cigars too? A little hot, maybe. All right. So the first one that we got going here is we're going to let you try our Kansas City styled whiskey.
Okay, this is why I'm excited about this.
So this is a blend of whiskey between 4 and 11 years old, along with sherry wine that is 15 years old. And so from that, you'll be able to taste natural spice from the rye. It's at 92 proof, so it's a little spicier, a little hotter than you might be used to. Cassie is just
Chelsea's like,
dominating.
Cassie, what about my sip?
Sorry.
Wow, that was awesome, actually.
That is delicious.
And then you'll be able to taste a little bit of that natural sweetness.
My natural instinct just completely came in.
It's probably warm too.
It is warm, but it is delicious.
I'm not shooting it.
Sorry.
Well, we know who's going last next time.
That is delicious, though. Really, really good.
That is good.
That was amazing. No, that was amazing. I'm going to buy a bottle of that. That's how good that is.
All right. Next, we have we went in a horrible order, so I'm sorry. The next, we're going to do the vodka. And so again, this is a blend of corn, wheat, and potato. Again, this one's going to probably be warm too, and I apologize for that.
Yeah, I'm just going to tell you honestly, I'm used to doing my vodka at a minimum chilled with lemon and sugar on the side, or in a drink. But
well, here, I'll go first, so I can tell you if it's not too bad.
Too bad. It smells great.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Cassie's the resident finisher.
You have to have one.
I know, but for real, I can't believe how good that tastes. Not cold. And not with anything
that is
else.
Really good.
Usually, I mean, I've had vodka where it's like, a situation where, you're like, here, taste this, and it was not good like that.
Yeah. So it's actually, forgive me if I just said it, but it's a blend of corn, wheat, and potato, so it's very different. The best compliment that we get on it is it's the whiskey drinker's vodka. And so from there, it's something that bartenders absolutely love because what they do is when you sort of break down making cocktails at bars, there's multiple components that go into a cocktail that all add up to the cost of that cocktail. And that is the spirit, all of the additives. And so from this vodka standpoint, you don't have to add very many other things to it to try to cover up that natural flavor that vodka is going to bring, which is that alcohol-y flavored taste, more or less, that astringent character that vodkas bring to the equation most of the time. And so having something that allows that cost of goods to be even less is something that allows for very profitable vodka-based cocktails for bartenders.
That's amazing. I'm going to tell you, no, your third one is gin. I'm not a gin fan, so I'm going to taste it, but...
You're going to taste it. So I'll tell you, before we let anybody taste it, what goes on with gin with us nowadays is most people are used to bad gin. And what I ultimately mean by that is a lot of people in my generation especially are used to stealing gin from their parents' liquor cabinets as kids in high school, and we don't know what it was, and so we just take shots of it.
And then fill the bottle up with water?
Well, sure. If you're dumb like me, you do that and it freezes in the freezer. But I did get caught with that, that's a fact. But with drinking gin with shots, we throw up and we say, ugh, gin's terrible, I never want to drink it ever again, and so we stop. Or we're in college and we think that we're being classy and we mix it with gin tonics, but we buy really, really cheap gin and we buy really cheap tonic. And then we get sick and we say, oh, I hate gin. Gin doesn't agree with me. And even nowadays, you're getting a lot of these gins produced in America that people are trying that aren't true traditional gins. And the reason why they aren't is because making a true traditional London dry gin is very difficult to do. So difficult that one of our operating partners who ran Maker's Mark for 14 years, his best guess was 10 times the amount of weight of botanicals that we actually use in our gin. He's a very educated distillation expert. And him not even understanding the ideal range even of what we were going for is something that's just shocking. So being able to have the gentleman who ran Tanqueray help us with our gin is a huge step up on the rest of the industry. So this gin...
And Tanqueray and Maker's Mark, those are my husband's too.
Well, now your husband can consolidate into one with the house of J. Rieger Co.
I need to get a party pack of these 3 bottles.
So the gin is... 5 botanicals. It's a wheat base. The 5 botanicals
mad if I don't like gin?
Nope.
Okay.
The 5 botanicals are juniper, angelica root, licorice root powder, coriander seed, and orange peel. And so ultimately, what's going on is it is juniper forward, but it is not juniper heavy. And so it allows that actual natural flavors to pop through to where you're not so inhibited with that juniper flavor that you can't stand the taste. But it allows for all those other flavors to really come through and be something that shines.
Andy, I'm going to tell you right now that I never understood why people like gin. Every single time I've tried it, I've been like, that's really good. I'm sitting here right now going, I'm not even mad at it. It was so good. I really, as I took the sip, and you were talking about all the different things that are infused.
It's just...
Even Cheryl just had a sip of that, and she didn't try the other ones.
Cheryl, who by the way didn't have any of the first 2, but when the gin came out, she was like, "I'll take it."
I raised my hand quietly. Yeah, gin.
I am not just saying this. Okay, we very carefully listened and tasted all 3 of these, and without ice or mixers. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely. The whiskey is my favorite, but I really enjoyed all of them.
So one of the fun things with gin is we'll sometimes have friends down here at the distillery, and they will refuse to drink the gin because of old stigmas that they carry. And so with the gin, we actually had one person one time that refused, hadn't had gin in 30 years, and ended up drinking an entire 6-ounce pour over about an hour, neat, no ice, nothing. Tried it and goes, dear God, this is
Delicious.
something special.
It is. It really, really is.
So if you're going to mix something with your gin, what you said, not getting cheap tonic, or what do you normally?
So with gin tonics, if we want to do something fun with a gin, or you at home want to do something fun with gin, that is nothing that is crazy. The problem we see all the time in this industry is people give recipes that are so far beyond what people can do at home, or even use ingredients that people don't even understand are at home. And so from us, we like to boil everything down to a real simple level so you can enjoy something that tastes delicious, feels like it's truly crafted in a bar, but something that you can easily make at home and everyone understands. With a gin tonic, especially with it being summer right now, one of the best things to do is start with a good gin, which is absolutely something that we have here at J. Rieger Co. Start with a good tonic. Don't buy the cheap stuff. Just spend a little bit more because it's a total difference maker. And so we're talking about, there's a few brands that offer really good tonics. There's one called Fever Tree, there's one called Boylan's, which are probably the big leaders in the industry. They come in little 4-pack bottles. They are fantastic. And then with ours in particular, because orange peel is one of the ingredients that we use, just cut up an orange, and with an orange slice, just drop in the orange slice. Don't squeeze it. Don't juice it so that it tastes like an orange juice and gin. Just drop the really thin orange slice into the gin cocktail. And so you have a really refreshing summer-based gin tonic that is so vastly different than the gin tonic that you're used to with lime that it will feel like an entirely different cocktail. And so changing the fruit and using good tonic is something that will completely change your entire perception of the traditional gin tonic.
What if you don't like tonic?
If you don't like tonic, then
What else can you put gin with?
I'm sorry. No, I mean the traditional gin martini is what this pops up in the most in bars on cocktail menus because the base is there. So this product more so compares with Tanqueray 10. And when you consider what Tanqueray 10 is, it's Tanqueray's big brother. And what it was meant for is Tanqueray became so synonymous, the base Tanqueray, so synonymous with gin tonics, Tanqueray tonic, that they wanted to create an entirely different product that was meant for martini quality. Martini quality gins are considered a higher quality than base level gins. And so from that, this is much more translational to a martini quality gin. And so being able to even truly just chill the gin and throw an orange zest in it and serve it in a martini glass
I'm serious.
is absolutely gorgeous.
Serious. I need to get all 3 of these bottles. So here's the deal. I just want to tell everybody what a fabulous time we had here and that they need to look for the Rieger products, gin, vodka, and the whiskey is absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
All of it is delicious.
Isn't it great? Oh my gosh. So check it out, everybody.
Remember, you motivate me. And I'm Chelsea Renda.
And I'm Lynette Renda.
And I'm Lynette Renda.
And this is...
Cassie Hunter.
And you
And
are...
I'm Andy Rieger.
And you are...
Cheryl and Ann.
That's it.
Just here for the fun.
That's us. Bunch of drinkers sitting around the table.
Bye, everybody.
And I talk to you, 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 and we love, and we hate, and we tag.